What's up, officers of Dark Lord Syndicate's Phoenix? This is WhaleMilker 3000 here, and this is my first attempt at making a video. So I apologize if this comes out to be very bad. I have like background music, but I can't hear that. But we'll see how that goes. So this is just going to be kind of like a test video to just gauge whether or not like audio and mic stuff are working, and if gameplay works the way that it should be. So we're gonna do a test by going into Fleet Arena and kind of show like what a typical Profundity versus Leviathan matchup would be like. So let's just go to Fleet. Oof, I've fallen down to number 13. But there's a Leviathan right here, we'll just fight him. And this is the lineup that I typically use. I use the Mark 6 Interceptor as my reinforcement, as my first one, and then I call Phantom as my second reinforcement. And hopefully the idea behind this counter is we're gonna call the Mark 6 Interceptor to land a bunch of tenacity ups, and by then we should get to our ultimate before Leviathan gets to theirs, and we just basically win. And the way we do that is by maximizing as many assists from the Outrider as possible and increasing our download speed. So let's do an example right over here. And let's move my face up here so I don't block anything. Alright, cool. So what we're gonna first do here is we're going to use our basic, and this basic has to be really maxed out, so it kind of sucks that you have to have a 7-star Profundity for this, but the bonus turn from the basic is very important because we want to give this to Dash so that Dash can instantly use emergency repairs, and that instantly gives us download speed and tenacity up to the entire squad. And what we're basically going to do is we're just going to keep spamming basics on the Millennium Falcon and call as many assists as possible. So they're going to go in and take out our hangars or whatever move that is. And the bomber is going to throw a bunch of thermal detonators on us, but because we have tenacity up on the Outrider here, he's not going to get anything. So we're just going to launch our concussion missiles and just laser in on this bomber, and I'm not going to target anybody else. So as you can see, we're kind of stacking up some thermals. Usually 8 thermals or something like this shouldn't be any cause for concern. We're currently at 55% download speed, and usually that's a pretty decent sign. I usually get between like 40 something to like 60 something, so this is a good metric that we're on the right track. So we're going to call in the Mark 6 Interceptor and bring it here, and we're going to use this ability down here to grant our entire squad tenacity up. That way, the more that we call assists, we won't have to worry about it. Now, in this scenario, everyone here has days, which is not great because we want our ships to be assisting as much as possible. So, what we want to do next is to have our Profundity use its second ability over here, and then call the Millennium Falcon and cleanse that off, so that we can get some more assists going on over here. And if in the case that Millennium Falcon isn't dazed, then I would just call Outrider, and Outrider could get even more assists and increase our download speed. So boom, we have another instance of emergency repairs. That's another 20%. So that should give us 94%. So a couple more assists, and we should be ready by the next time we get a turn with the Profundity, which should be pretty soon. So yeah, so now we have our ult ready, we have the data transmission, so we get to process supercomputer, and we have the plans, and boom. It's pretty much game, set, match at this point. So we go in here, and just take out the problem child. Now, because I'm fighting against the 6-star Leviathan, usually in most cases the Mark 6 Interceptor should not be surviving, and they would have probably like done the move that makes it so that like if you call another reinforcement, that reinforcement just straight up dies. That's what a 7-star Leviathan would do. But in the case of a 6-star, my Phantom gets to survive, and that's a pretty good thing. But but that usually shouldn't change the outcome of the match. Like when you're in a case where like you have the plans and Leviathan's gone, then you should have Dash and Han still alive, and the two of them are enough to get most things soloed. And it doesn't really matter in which order that you kill the Sith ships once Leviathan is gone. You can go in any order that you like, and I'm just throwing in whatever. I'm choosing Ghost for this one just because I can just do that and take them all out. But Cassian is good if there's like a bunch of Foresight and a bunch of buffs, and you need to strip those off and then get rid of some dazes. That's pretty good if you're in that kind of situation. But this is my Profundity counter against Leviathan, and if you look at my fleet chart is just full of Leviathans. There's one guy here that's also using Profundity, and I think he just like copied it from me. But I just keep doing this and climbing up to number 1. Occasionally there'd be a couple executors down here that will snipe me, and I fall down to like number 19, but that's few and far in between. Usually I'm high enough to where the executors are still struggling against the Leviathans, and so they can't really climb up to me. But that's basically it. Hopefully we'll see how this video turns out, and if we like the way that this works, then we'll work more with this kind of style of video for the raids. So thanks for watching this very haphazardly put together video, and hopefully I'll see you guys next time.